partnering with local businesses and investing in the community.
Being a local business, it was really important to us, not only to support Dustin and his family, but the Matador Soccer Club.
Welcome to the Lubbock Matadors Coaches Show, presented by Mears Mazda. Today's Coaches Show is sponsored by Mears Mazda Volvo. Lubbock locally owned luxury dealership. At Mears, you'll find the best inventory, the best process, the best prices since 1971. Our focus is to provide our clients with an exceptional buying experience. I'm Rob Bro, here with the head coach of the Lubbock Matadors, Paul Gilbert. Coach, pretty good weekend. 6 points, 2 wins.
Yeah.
Top of the table. How you feeling?
Yeah. Most importantly, back in Lubbock. So road trips are always hard, especially when you've got 2 matches and quite a bit of logistical challenges with getting everyone to the right places, getting food, all the stuff. So glad to be back home, that's for sure.
That's a lot of miles, San Antonio and Houston, and then all the way back. But how nice is it to have a bus to get you down there and back?
Oh, beautiful branded bus. Great to have DirecTV and solid Wi-Fi, and our bus driver is an absolute beast. So love him and really thankful for that, for having that on a trip. Makes it a little bit easier.
Absolutely. Going into the weekend, I think we expected, or at least I did, a couple of dogfights with some playoff potential. But an 8-1 differential in between the 2 games speaks to, I guess, the opposite. What do you attribute that considerable margin to?
Yeah, I think a couple things. The first thing is our depth. We came in this summer, the coaching staff saying we needed to have at least 22 players that could come in and play at any point in the season. And that's really, really difficult to have with these summer teams, as, when players get here, not only do they have high expectations for their summer because they've been recruited, but if things don't work out, they also probably have a lot of other options that they can go to other teams or go back home and then get prepared for their college season. And so for us to still have a really high number of players that are good enough to play and get results, but also understand that it's a privilege and you got to work to get into the side each and every week, I think is just a testament to the culture we've built, and also the type of people that are within the culture, because these players are pretty well bought into everything we're doing here in terms of how we want to play, but how we want to act off the field. And so the depth has really helped. And then, quite frankly, I just think we executed really, really well. Both our principles and the actions we want, but also the tactics that we instilled for those 2 games. All that came together really nicely, and that's how you get results. And so obviously that's one weekend. It doesn't win you the league, but we're very, very happy with that.
To be fair, 6-0-1 is more than just a weekend here. You're on a pretty good roll. You talk about culture, you talk about character. I'm going to throw in an extra question here.
Yeah.
How do you feel like the leadership is on the pitch? I know your coaching staff does a good job, but these players on the pitch feel like they've taken a role as well.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously have a few guys who are returners from last year, and those guys are very vocal, and they understand what it takes to win matches and get results. And so really happy with kind of the standards that they've put in place. Then you have a group of players who played for us at Indiana Tech who are along those lines of they know the expectations, they know the culture, they know what's okay, what's not okay. So that helps. And then, quite frankly, one of the things that impressed me the most is during the San Antonio game, one of our players was imploring the rest of the guys to instruct him or the attacking players more, to give them more criticism, to give them more critique. And it's been amazing to see. It's one thing to give information. It's another thing to be able to accept. And these guys have taken that challenge. They're accepting criticism from each other. They've got a growth mindset. and it's been really impressive to see them kind of grow as people.
You also mentioned the depth. Throwing out some different lineups has been something you're able to do to combat rest. We'll talk about rest in a minute, but how did you go about doing that first lineup against San Antonio to kind of prepare yourself for the Houston one?
Yeah, so, when we look on our Monday staff meeting, or sometimes we do it on Sundays depending on the week, we look big picture. Okay, how many minutes can each guy play? Who favors which matchup? Who's playing well together? Which player profiles fit amongst each other the best? And, the three of us, we came up with a game plan of this is who we were going to play. This is how long they were going to play. In an ideal world, which that can always change, but it went almost 100% according to plan. I think the only we had a guy play probably 15 more minutes in the first game than we wanted him to because we had an injury. But other than that, we sat down and mapped it out, and it's pretty rare that it happens exactly how you hoped, but it did. And for us, it doesn't matter who we put on the field. We're confident in those guys, and we feel like they can go get results for us.
Speaking of injuries, do we have an injury update on the player from the last home game?
Yeah, so Ville obviously had a pretty severe broken nose. So he didn't go on the trip, but he's seen the ear, nose, and throat doctor, and he's on the path. I believe he'll be cleared for Thursday, but we need to see how he trains first and see when he's ready. And obviously he's an important piece to what we do. But you look at a guy like Stefan, who also plays his position, who has started and played a lot of matches this summer, and I thought he was incredible against San Antonio. I thought he was one of the really bright spots for us amongst quite a bit of good play, and so we fully expect Stefan to be ready to go and to do amazing here in the next 5 games.
You get one of those masks. Is he going to play with a mask?
We're looking
Shield?
into the mask.
Nice.
So we're gonna have a masked player at some point.
Awesome.
I'm sure.
Awesome. It fit the Matadors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give him get a little cape as well.
That's
maybe.
awesome. That's incredible.
All right. What's the energy like around the team coming off 2 huge wins, and then not only coming off those 2 wins, but going into 2 games that are playoff matchups potentially?
Yeah. So I think the energy in the last 2 sessions has been really high. You always question how that's gonna go after you have 2 big wins. So the energy's high. We also have a tremendous amount of respect for our opponent, and we understand that games are difficult here. And so for us, we're working and trying to be the best football team we can and trying to get the best results we can. And I'm so happy with the group and just a fun group of people to be around. And so that's been a real blessing this summer is the personalities and the people we have within the club. They make training fun, and that's good.
Before we look ahead, one read here. Southwest Bank is here to make your financial dreams a reality, whether you're buying a home, starting a business, or preparing for retirement. Our experts are located right here in Lubbock and will help advise you every step of the way. Learn more about our mortgage, loan, and wealth management services at Southwest Bank. Southwest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. The fans don't like Laredo. That's what we've heard. That's what we've seen. What's the story there, and why do you think that matchup in particular gets the fans going coming in on Thursday?
Yeah, I don't know. I have a great amount of respect for Laredo, for the club that they run. I think it's really cool to see clubs, and now I would say the Matadors are in this pot, but when you see clubs investing in their team and really trying to win and affect community and affect people's lives, and I think Laredo does that. And so I don't know. They've been top of the league for several years. They rarely lose games, so maybe that's why, because nobody likes the champion typically, or the team that everybody's chasing. And so for me, tremendous amount of respect for them, and I love our fans. They can like or dislike whoever they want. It's good with me. And so if they're cultivating these healthy rivalries, I really enjoy that for sure.
So that's off the field, but on the field, what style of play can we expect from Laredo?
Yeah, so you look at them last year, they won the league. I think they lost one game and tied one last year. And, this year it's a new staff, it's a new group of players, but still super talented. So I think for them, they're going to play. They have some super talented attacking players that can beat you 1v1 and make things happen. They're really good on set pieces. They've scored a lot of goals. And then, they haven't really conceded a ton of goals either. And so for me, it's a well-rounded, well-run, organized football team. And you love to play against teams like that because they're going to challenge you. They're going to present problems for you. And we've got to solve those problems.
They do have the rest advantage. They've played 2 games in the last 14. You've played 3 in the last 8.
Yeah.
With such a big matchup, how do you handle your roster? We talked about it earlier, handling it in between games, but this one is a big matchup, and you might have a little different thought process here.
My thoughts are we're gonna play the guys that train the best, and that's how we've done it, and hopefully we'll see that to our benefit come Thursday night. But that's how we approach every match typically, is guys who have been training well, they're going to be in the side. And then obviously if we have certain things that we want to do, certain players fit those aspects of our tactics, we'll look into those as well.
So Thursday coming up, game day, what's going to be the deciding factor for victory?
I think whichever team defends and attacks set pieces the best is going to have a distinct advantage, I think. And then it's always who can suffer through those times that you're under it, right? Like when the other team has possession, how are you handling that? How are you changing things? How are you solving problems? Because when you look at it, I thought against San Antonio, that's what we did really well. We had 2 or 3 spells in the first half that San Antonio had a bit of possession. We defended well. We made those timely plays, those timely blocks. We transitioned really well. And then we were on top of the game outside of those 3 moments. And for us, that's what this game's going to come down to. 2 really good teams fighting to be at the top of the league, fighting to get into the playoffs. And, it's those little details that it's going to come down to.
So that's what Coach thinks about game day. When you think of game day, think local first. Cardinal Sports Center, serving Lubbock and the surrounding area for over 75 years. Cardinals is an official retailer for Lubbock Matadors apparel. It is Ted Lasso night. If you notice the stash, I tried.
There you go.
Can we expect any more stashes on the field?
I think
players or coaches?
I think one of our assistants, Braxton, is rocking a stash right now. So maybe him, but not me.
No, presented by Two Ducks. No stash for you?
No stash for coach.
Can you get one of the fake ones in the autograph line?
Maybe.
If you win?
If we win.
Okay. The mood might be a little different.
Yeah.
All right, a couple of quick questions before you get to know Coach Gilbert a little bit. What's your favorite football movie?
So I love any of the All or Nothing documentaries, and I love Sunderland Till I Die. So that's what I'll go with on that.
I was trying to get you to go with Big Green before the show. That's a great one.
I tried to get my kids to watch that. They weren't very interested.
Oh, man, the Knights, the GOAT. It's all good. What about favorite sports movie of all time?
Oh, it's got to be Coach Carter.
That's so good.
Gets me every time.
So good. I've got a sister named Lisa. If you had to pick a celebrity coach to play or celebrity to play you as a coach, who would it be and why?
It's got to be Ben Affleck. I mean, what can't that guy do?
Of course.
I mean, he's an absolute stud. So
he can do drama. He can do. He just played a coach, I believe.
He did in The Way Back.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
Great movie.
All right, then in Lubbock, what's your go-to meal?
Oh man, I'm trying not to make any sponsors upset with this one. It's got to be the original. So Orlando's is definitely one of them, and then I would say a lesser known. Thai pepper, back when they were steamrolling everybody. I love a little Thai food.
Oh, yeah. Thai pepper is great. All right. That was Coach Gilbert. Thanks for coming on with us.
Thanks for having me.
This is the Lubbock Matadors Coaches Show presented by Mears Mazda. We'll be back with David Ambeck when we come back. Streaming for today's Coaches Show is brought to you by Mears Mazda Volvo. Lubbock's locally owned luxury dealership since 1971. Our focus is on our clients. We want them to enjoy their experience, find the vehicle that's right for them, and ultimately be glad they came to Mears. We'll be right back with more. The Lubbock Matadors Coaches Show presented by Mears Mazda after this.
The Lubbock Matadors are all about partnering with local businesses and investing in the community.
Being a local business, it was really important to us, not only to support Dustin and his family, but the Matador Soccer Club.
Three, two, one, ready, set, go. Ready, set, go, set, go. Three, two, one, ready, set, go. Three, two, one, ready, set, go.
All right, welcome back to the Lubbock Matadors Coaching Show. We're here with player David Ambeck today. David, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good, thanks.
All right, so where are you from originally, just to get to know you?
I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark. So, yeah, far from home.
How do you like Lubbock?
I like it. I like the city. I like the people. I like the weather, especially. I like Lubbock.
Did you like the rain or the sunshine better? Because it's been a little bit of both since you've been here.
Yeah, so I heard that from last year that you had sun all the time. So I expected that. So I was quite surprised when I saw all this rain, but definitely sun.
I've been here for 34 years, and I was surprised by the rain too. So, but it's been good. It's been good. It feels like summer today. It might get up to 105, I think. So, welcome to Lubbock. How did you end up in Lubbock playing for the Matadors?
So I go to school in Indiana for Indiana Tech. So I knew coach, and he asked me if I wanted to come here and play here for the summer team. Once I heard about it, it was like a no-brainer. I really wanted to try and experience this.
Has it met expectations?
Yeah, for sure.
What is unique about the Matadors versus any other team you've played for?
I would say the whole organization and the community that support us. Even though it's a summer team, it feels like way more professional. And it's you don't feel like you only play for yourself, but you feel like you also play for the community, for the fans, the Mosos, everyone who supports us. So definitely that.
Have you been up in the stands after a game chanting?
Yeah, of course. That's always fun to do after the game.
I think it was either Mitar or Lovro was leading chants with them after.
Yeah, it's
That's
usually them. It's
Okay.
usually them.
All
Yeah.
right. We need to get you up there leading a chant next time.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Maybe on Thursday. How'd you get into soccer in the first place?
So back in Denmark, soccer is by far the biggest sport. So it was my dad was into soccer. He started playing with me, and all my friends were playing. So yeah, it just came natural to me.
Talk about the games we've played so far. What's been your maybe favorite matchup that you've had in these first 7 games?
The Brownsville game was really, really good game, really close game, a lot of intensity. Definitely that one. Obviously, we have had some games with a lot of goals, which is always good. So, we have had some really, really, really good games.
What was your best game, do you think, you played in this year?
I would say the last home game we had, where I scored the 3rd goal, the long shot. It was an amazing feeling with them when that ball went in.
Was that the longest goal you've ever scored?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty long one. Would you say that's your highlight of the year so far, that goal?
Yeah, I would say so. Obviously, playing in front of 3,000 fans was amazing, just itself, but also getting to score a good goal and get to celebrate in front of the fans and hear them chanting and all that. It was an incredible feeling.
So that's the home game, and then you go on a long road trip. What was your favorite part of the road trip this weekend?
I think the favorite part is that you get to know the guys better. We played a lot of funny games. So you just get closer, you get to know everyone better. You have all these team activities. It's a really, really good time.
How would you say that the team chemistry is?
Oh, really, really good. Really good. Even though we have only known each other for 1 month, I would say that the team chemistry is really, really high.
So going on the road and beating a team and then having to play 2 days later, how do you get your mind right with those games so close together?
I think we're all good at telling each other that, okay, we're here to get 6 points. Job is not done until the second game is played, and we just stay focused. I mean, when we keep winning, it boosts our motivation, and we just want to keep going, and we want to win the league, obviously. So it's just, keep each other accountable.
Hey, Lubbock residents, need roofing solutions you can rely on? Look no further than our trusted local roofing company, Andrews Brothers. They offer top-notch roof repairs, replacements, and installations. With their experienced team and superior craftsmanship, they've got you covered. Don't wait. Call us today at 806-798-7663. Top of the table locally in the Lone Star Conference, 5th nationally. What does it mean to the team to be there at those rankings?
It means a lot. It obviously shows that we are on the right track, but also not only for the team, we know that we are playing for something greater. Again, the community and like the staff and the whole organization, like we also representing them. So to have Lubbock like on the map and to show like the rest of NPSL that we are doing good, it's an honor and something we want to keep doing.
So the next 4 games, I think you have, 5 left. Against high-level opponents, playoff potential. How do you stay level through, winning 6 of your first 7, drawing 1, and then moving forward into this tough stretch?
I think, as I said, like winning games makes us even more motivated, and we know what it takes. We know that we have to stay focused every day at practice, and every game is like almost like a final. Like we have to win every single game, and that's where our mindset is. And I think we're good at that, and I think we're good at telling each other that and just be prepared, I would say.
So we already talked about your goal. Do you have another favorite memory on the pitch and then maybe a favorite memory that you have with the fans?
I have many, many good memories with the fans. Obviously, like it's incredible to hear them throughout an entire game. That's an amazing feeling. But when we went to San Antonio and one of the Mozos guys came and supported us, that really, really meant a lot. Driving so far and still supporting us, that really shows the commitment from the fans, and just like that's something we really, really appreciate from the team.
That's pretty awesome. Did you bring a drum?
He did not, but he brought a flag, and that was more than enough.
Nice. Did probably match the fan told just him. The spirit of the one Mozo was enough for the whole crowd of the other?
Definitely.
Okay.
The other fans didn't stand a chance.
All right, so I'm going to give you some rapid fire now. Get you to know your teammates a little bit. Who has the best trash talk on the team?
I would say Lovro. I heard him trash talk the last game, and that's special.
That's some good one-liners?
Yeah.
Who's the funniest teammate?
I would say Luke Jones. I think he's the funniest. Or Mitar.
Luke Jones. That's I don't think we've heard him yet. Who's the best dancer?
That has to be TT.
Yeah, I think that's been a clean sweep. Who can kick the furthest?
Probably Sam.
In a crossbar challenge, who would win?
Marcus, maybe. He has a pretty good shot. Mita is also a good shout, I would say.
Which teammate do you think could do the coolest trick shot?
That would be Marcus. Yeah.
And then do you have any celebrations planned out?
I do not. It's not often that I score, so when I do, it's I have to come up with something real quick, so no.
We have to plan one out for the next one.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, final question. What do you want to say to the fans? I'll give you the open mic here about coming to the next game.
I just want to say, keep up the good work. It means so much for the team. And, we also play for you. It means so much to have you there and to cheer us on. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
All right. That was David Ambeck. Thanks for coming on with us in the Lubbock Matadors Coaching Show. Today's Coach Show is sponsored by Mears Mazda Volvo, Lubbock locally owned luxury dealership. At Mears, you'll find the best inventory, the best process, and the best prices since 1971. Our focus is to provide our clients with an exceptional buying experience. We'll be right back with more on the Lubbock Matadors Coaching Show presented by Mears Mazda with Dustin McCorkle after this.
The Lubbock Matadors are all about partnering with local businesses and investing in the community.
Being a local business, it was really important to us, not only to support Dustin and his family, but the Matador Soccer Club.
Three, two, one, ready, ready, set, go. Ready, ready, set, go. Set, go, set, go. Three, two, one, ready, ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. 3, 2, 1, ready, ready, set, go.
Welcome back into another Lubbock Matadors Coaches Show here with the GM, Dustin McCorkle. Sitting here undefeated. What's the feeling like in the front office?
Incredible feeling, I would say. We're a year 2 club, and, the goal is every year you want to be a winning team, but sitting top of the table right now, a little over halfway through the season, I think there was a long off season of the front office folks trying to make this a really special environment for our players, but also for the fans coming to the games, for the business community that's supporting us, and to be able to reward everybody with wins on top of that. And just can't tell you how unbelievable thankful I am that coaches put so much hard work into getting the right players, the right culture in place so quickly. And, for those who don't know, this is what I believe the toughest conference in the nation. So number 5 out of 94 clubs, it's pretty special.
You've been in sports business for a long time, different levels, different leagues. What's the most successful team you've been a part of, and how does this season compare?
Yeah, I think my time with the Atlanta Hawks, there was a year, 2014-15 season, where they were anticipating us going to the NBA Finals. It was a Kyle Korver error, and we had some really good team, and then we ran into LeBron, and that whole thing changed. But every year I was with the NBA, it felt like we were first, second round playoff team. But I've never been in a place right now with an organization where it felt like, hey, we really do have a chance at winning the league that we're playing in. So for me, also being with some of those organizations, I'm a piece in the puzzle, beginning to be on this side of it, developing our story, leading the organization this way. It feels even more special that I'm doing this in my city, that I'm proud of where I live. So for me, this has been amazing.
We talked about the culture of the team on the pitch with Coach Gilbert. How do you include the culture of the front office in the whole grand scheme?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in and Coach and I, we have such a great relationship, but him and I have to be aligned and be on the same page with what's the communication, what's the messaging to the players, and then how do we as the front office go support that as well. And we have a very small staff being tasked to do a lot of big things, and I feel like more often than not, people are stepping outside of what their job titles say to go above and beyond and support the club in whatever way that means for us to be successful. So I truly believe that, Coach allows us to enter into their world a little bit, and so we get to all share in the success. And hopefully that feels special to anyone working for the team that may not be physically activated on the field on game day, but they're making the game day experience come to life, or they're running our socials and telling our stories, or they're interacting with clients and fans and making sure the kids are having a good time. Like, all of that is truly important to the overall success. But it starts with the alignment of Coach and I, making sure that everyone feels a part of this team.
Alliance Credit Union has served the South Plains community with lower rates and fewer fees for the last 83 years. We're just getting started. Join the mission and enjoy the benefits of owning your financial future. Alliance is for people, not profit. So over the weekend, 2 victories, 2 watch parties. How did those go? I saw a lot of drumming online. We'll go back to the drumming again.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, we had a couple hundred people at Two Docks throughout both games, and still incredible to me that some people entering the bar, kind of stepping around, like looking like what are we watching and what are all these people dressed up wearing, and so there's still a segment of our population in Lubbock who have no idea that we have this club representing them, playing on the national stage. So it was cool to be able to embrace those people, talk to them, but also just see how many fans are so excited about what's going on. I mean, Two Docs was just as loud as what I feel like the games are being at, because the environment's special. I even had a fan come up and show me, shout out to Zach, that he has every single one of our jerseys we've ever produced except for one that he's planning on getting at this next game because they were sold out of his size, and has almost every single flag, and had this great photo of all of the gear laid out. And so that to me, that's passion that you can't go purchase. And I had another fan come up to me and tell me, like, hey, like, y'all did a really good job with community last year, but I got to tell you, like, y'all are knocking it out of the park this year. And so for us, that was an off-season target of, like, how can we integrate further into what we're doing to make sure that people know our why. And to have two people come up to me and share those things, like, it's just very rewarding.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And I'm sure he wears it out and tells everyone, Zach, the
Yes.
gospel of the Matadors.
Yes, no, he does, and along with a lot of our fans. And that's what I always encourage our folks to do. There's a lot of people that aren't connected to soccer, don't have a background in it. When they hear soccer, they're kind of dismissive of coming out to a game. But what I always tell our fans are, if you're a season ticket holder, you get to bring a friend ticket. Bring someone who's never seen it to come experience it once, and I promise they'll understand that it's not, you don't have to know what's going on necessarily to enjoy our event. So it's been great.
When it's so easy to follow. If you're a sports fan, you know what's going on. Ball's there, it goes in the net. I mean, there's a lot more to it. I'm sure Coach Gilbert would tell me. If I said that to him, he might have bristled a little bit. But when you're there, the event of it is so easy to follow, and it really is a special time.
Well, and I think there's a misconception that, with low scoring, that it's boring,
right,
or whatever the word is. But the style of play that Coach Gilbert has in place is very attacking. It's very overloading, aggressive. So while there may not be 20 goals, you're seeing a lot of chances created. You're hearing the crowd say, "Ah," or cheering regularly because we're creating scoring opportunities. And this year we have been fortunate. If you go look at the point standings in the NPSL, we're one of the top teams in goals per game, and that is a tribute to the style of play that we've created. And it's fun watching the ball go in the back of the net.
Yeah, scoring 7 and 5 and those kind of totals is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Laredo Heat are coming to town Thursday night. What can fans expect and be excited about for Ted Lasso 2.0 and Two Docs night?
Yeah, Two Docs is a special sponsor for us. They're one of our day ones that said yes to this organization and on the front of our kit. And so we're going to have some fun. Beer and soccer go great together. So starting at 5 o'clock, we're really trying to encourage people, come straight from work, come get some drinks with us out at our pregame party. We're going to have a lot of fun out there. This is a huge game as far as playoff contender, statement game, in my opinion, to solidify that, we're on the right track here. And then, from there, we're going to be giving out 1,000 mustaches. So there's going to be some fun with that. And again, we've got some photo content ready to go with our assistant coach and maybe some player stuff as well. So we're going to be doing like a special giveaway to best fan with best mustache. But also Two Docs has a limited edition co-branded Two Docs Matador koozie. So the first 500 fans that come will be a part of that. And we've selected 2 special guests to come play with 2 of our players at halftime. So we're going to do a soccer pong match at halftime. So we're going to get to see some players with some skill challenges and also see what some of our fans might do.
Very nice. Big trash cans out there.
Big trash cans. Okay. Yeah, Two Docs actually has ordered some branded Matadors trash cans. Now,
very nice.
They're not making their special appearance at this game, but they will start being out at Two Docs for people to play.
Very cool. Who's the nonprofit for the night, and how can fans support?
Yeah, Love the Hub. We're really excited to be working with them. They're doing some great work in our community. Perry's is doing a give back night for them. So you go to the website, you can find out what night to go participate. Mention Lubbock Matadors, mention Love the Hub. Some of the proceeds will go back. But also, again, part of our mission this year, every ticket purchased has a percentage going back to the nonprofit for that game. So if you want to do something above and beyond for your community that's helpful, but also some fun, all you have to do is purchase a ticket to the game.
Grease Monkey is locally owned hometown service. Look no further than the Matador sponsor, Grease Monkey and Monkey Splash of Lubbock. Stop by and take care of your automotive needs today. You've had some awesome first kicks. Another one announced, I believe, today.
Yeah.
Do you want to give the people that one?
Yeah, just about 45 minutes ago, we announced Joey McGuire will be coming to the game. Coach and I had a special couple minutes with him on one of our radio shows, and obviously he's been amazing for Lubbock. And I look at Paul the same way I look at Joey, as far as just caring about Lubbock, wanting to be successful on the field, but great character, great involvement in the community, and I think it's awesome that he's coming out to support us. So he's going to be out there with his wife Debbie, so we're going to get to honor them and what I think is going to be a special season for Texas Tech football, and we're going to combine football and football on Thursday night, and I think it'll be a fun evening.
On Ted Lasso night, no less.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a good branding peg there.
It's a great
Hey, you know what you're doing over there.
We tried to do.
Get the football coach out there for that one. Off the field, what are the guys doing this week?
Yeah, so actually a lot of the guys right now are at the Boys and Girls Club. So they headed there right after the game. We got some amazing other stuff coming up. We got some traveling, but solidified we're going to be in the 4th of July parade as well next week. So a lot of fun things happening. But again, these missions to show up to boys and girls, do readings, participate, some kicking some balls around with some kids is the most meaningful thing that we have going on right now.
Going to get some Vanilla Ice content at the 4th of July parade?
Yeah, Vanilla. I'm going to ask him to do first kick for the
there you go.
28th. Yeah.
There you go. All right, so what would you say to someone – we talked about it briefly earlier, but what would you say to someone about who this team is and what they're missing by not coming to games?
Yeah, I think David was talking about it, and I think he's spot on. If you haven't been to a game yet, what I would say is you have players from all over the world that are super talented that are representing Lubbock right now. And what's really amazing is, like, we haven't coached them into wanting to have a passion for that. The fans that have come to games have instilled that in them. But they are really proud, and they want to win a national championship for this organization. So, what I always pride myself on being Lubbock. Lubbock's known as one of the most friendliest towns in America. We really care about local. We care about the people. Like, during the summer, if we have opportunities, we should show up and support. So there's 3 games left. And again, against 3 tough opponents that are all potentially playoff bound. Especially with the West Texas FC rivalry at the end of the year. Would love to just see as many people come try us out, and I promise you'll fall in love with what you see.
Howdy Homemade is on a relentless pursuit to create jobs for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities through the power of smiles and amazing ice cream. Come check out our newest Matador-inspired flavor at every home game or in the West End Shopping Center. I don't think I've asked you yet. What would be your ice cream flavor?
Yeah, it's an easy one. I'd get the Matador mudslide.
Okay.
I got to vote on that one, so
there you go.
Yeah.
So that is your flavor.
It's chocolate with brownie chunks and a little bit of chocolate fudge in it. So
yeah.
You have to like chocolate, but to me, brownie and ice cream is like the best combo in the world.
Can't go wrong. All right, final thoughts for the viewers.
Yeah, I think we need that 806 support come this Thursday. So I encourage everybody to show up early, 5 o'clock for our pregame party. Let's be loud and proud at 7:30 for our guys. Amazing things happen. Amazing people will be there. But I think it's an opportunity for us to celebrate Lubbock. It's Laredo's first time coming to Lubbock. So they made sure to text me after the game to make sure there's 5,000 people there to watch it. So I don't know if that was a little bit of trash talk or they just want to see what a crowd like that could look like. So I really want to live up to the expectation because they're flying in ownership in their front office as well to see our event. And so I'd really like to give them the full Lubbock experience.
All right, they laid down the gauntlet, 5,000 fans Thursday. We'll see you all there at Lubbock Cooper Pirate Stadium. This was another edition of the Lubbock Matadors Coaches Show. We'll see you Thursday night, and then we'll see you on another Coaches Show next Tuesday.
The Lubbock Matadors are all about partnering with local businesses and investing in the community.
Being a local business, it was really important to us not only to support Dustin and his family, but the Matador Soccer Club.